Hey everybody, it's me as always, your host Gambit896, and I'm back with another video for you guys. Today I'll be reviewing Green Lantern Rebirth. The series is written by Geoff Johns, and on this first 6-issue limited series we have Ethan Van Sciver on the artwork. The series is published by DC Comics as part of their Old 52. For those of you who don't know, this deals with the rebirth of the character of Hal Jordan, who was a character that was created back in the Silver Age of comics. And for those of you who don't know, this is the storyline, like I said, of Geoff Johns bringing back the character of Hal Jordan from the dead, because back in November of 1996, during an event called Final Night, basically Hal Jordan's home city of Coast City was destroyed by the alien terrorist Mongol, and also I believe Cyborg-Superman as well, I'm not sure. Well, anyway, the city was destroyed, and the alien entity known as Parallax, which is the living embodiment of fear, was able to latch itself onto Hal Jordan's soul and break his will, and therefore Hal Jordan, as Parallax, or under Parallax's influence and possession, tried to basically wipe out the world and rewrite history. But at the end, Hal Jordan was able to basically regain control of his body, and therefore stop Parallax, but only after sacrificing himself by reigniting the sun. So, like I said, this is what is essentially this first 6-issue limited series deals with. And we were introduced to the last of the Green Lanterns at the start of this series, which is Kyle Rayner, who was the last ever Green Lantern, because after Hal Jordan's death, the Green Lantern Corps was seemingly kind of disbanded, and we see that Hal Jordan has joined up with the Spectre, otherwise known as Jim Corrigan, as you can see there. We also have some really cool guest appearances in this later on, such as members of the Justice League, Oliver Queen, who is Hal Jordan's best friend, and we also get introduced to the secondary characters of John Stewart and Guy Gardner, who are two of Hal Jordan's fellow corpsmen within the Green Lantern Corps, who have pretty much conformed to civilian life after being stripped of their rings after the Corps was disbanded. We also have some other really cool guest appearances, such as William Blackhand, aka Blackhand, as you can see there. And over the course of the story, we see Hal Jordan struggling with the possession of the Spectre, and we also see that he's still struggling with the effects that Parallax had on him and what he did under Parallax's influence. We also have some flashbacks to his childhood and the death of his father, which then prompted him to kind of join the US Air Force, which then also led to some family troubles, which is then expanded upon in the Green Lantern Secret Origin storyline. And we have some really cool fight scenes in this, with some of the Green Lantern Corps members under Parallax's influence, such as Kilowog, as you can see there. I have to say, the writing by Geoff Johns and the artwork by Ethan Van Sciver in this first volume is absolutely fantastic. Here we see the only one of two Guardians of the Universe which are actually cool and really likeable characters, whereas the rest of these blue Smurfs, or the Guardians of the Universe, come across as complete and utter douchebags in the later storylines which feature appearances from them. And here we see Ganthet trying to subdue Kilowog, as you can see there and there. And throughout the course of this story, we have Kyle Rayner basically narrating everything that led up to Hal Jordan's death, and basically him being taken possession of by Parallax, and the destruction of Coast City and what that did to Hal Jordan. And I have to give credit where credit is due. I think Geoff Johns does a really great job at filling new readers in on everything they need to know in order to fully understand this story. Here we see the introduction of Hal Jordan's arch-nemesis, Sinestro, the renegade Green Lantern. as you can see there. And we see that his part in the storyline of basically making sure that Hal Jordan succumbed to fear and was taken possession of by Parallax. We also have some really cool guest appearances, like I said, of the Justice League and the Teen Titans and a few others as well, as you can see there. There's a lot of really great history elements to this story, and there's also a lot of action and a lot of great fight scenes as well. There's also some great character moments, such as we see Hal Jordan talking to his former mentor, or the alien that he inherited his ring from in the Green Lantern Corps, Abin Sur, as well as his father. And here we see here's Hal Jordan finally being reborn and brought back to life, as you can see there. And we also get some story elements of the history between Hal Jordan and Sinestro. See if I can show you an example of one of the fight scenes, as you can see there. So let me turn over my notes page here. Overall, this is an absolutely fantastic first volume. We have a really great, like I said, introduction for new readers who hadn't been reading Green Lantern up until this point. There's also a really cool scene of Hal Jordan laying out Bruce Wayne, or Batman, in one punch, who Batman pretty much comes across as kind of a douchebag in this. As he's saying, "Jordan, you're not doing anything while I'm standing," and then he just punches him and knocks him out. So I thought that was a really cool story bit there. And here we see a really cool double-page spread of Hal and all of his fellow Green Lantern Corps members going up against Parallax, as you can see there and there. And I'm not going to give away any more, as I want you guys to pick this up and read it for yourselves. Overall, like I said, this is a fantastic first volume. The writing by Geoff Johns is absolutely fantastic. Also the artwork by Ethan Van Sciver as well. And also, like I said, some really great character moments. For example, we see that Oliver Queen, or Green Arrow, and Hal Jordan are the best of friends towards the end. And something that's really cool about this particular edition is we see the original pitch by Geoff Johns to the editors of DC when he wanted to bring back Hal Jordan, and as he sort of detailed the story out to the editorial team, which I thought was really cool and really interesting to read. Overall, I have to give this first volume of Green Lantern an absolute 5 out of 5. If you're new to Green Lantern, then I can definitely say that this is a really good jumping on point. As like I said, Geoff Johns does a great job of basically, like I said, telling everybody what they need to know in order to fully able to enjoy the story. If you're a fan of sort of epic space fantasy adventures with just some really cool heroes with some really cool powers, like I said, with the the Green Lantern rings and the Guardians and everything, then I definitely say that Green Lantern is definitely a series worth getting into. Like I said, 5 out of 5 for Green Lantern Rebirth, and I highly recommend it. And that about concludes this review video, guys. Thank you everybody for watching. Hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. As always, feel free to leave a comment below in the comment section. If you're new to my channel and you'd like to see more of my videos, please feel free to subscribe. And until next time, this is Scambit896 signing off, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care, guys.